Defend yourself against DDoS attacks by hiding your true IP address with ExpressVPN, and visit my custom link expressvpn.com/ghilliemaster in the description to find out how you can get an extra 3 months free. Over the past couple years of updates, Rockstar has been making some much needed changes to GTA Online that have overall improved the quality of the game, whether it be the overhaul of snack usage so you don't have to scroll through the interaction menu mid-combat to use snacks to refill health and armor, you just do it through the weapon wheel now, or there are balances to vehicles like the Oppressor Mark II and the jets. Very good changes. But there's still one major issue that is a huge inconvenience to players, and it's possibly even the biggest inconvenience when playing in public free mode lobbies, and that is the CEO or MC limit. Now, I have made mentions of this in the past, but the problem still remains, and I honestly think this is one of the biggest deterrents from playing in public lobbies. The way the game is set up is that to do pretty much anything you can think of, operate your businesses, check supply and stock levels at your businesses using the computers, do VIP work, CO work, MC contracts, like 95% of the game's content, you have to be a CEO or an MC president or be a part of someone's CEO or MC who's then doing the work. The problem is there are only 10 slots for CEOs and MCs, so only 10 people out of the 30 possible in a public lobby can actually play the game and use their businesses that they either paid real money for in shark cards or grinded hours and hours and spent their time unlocking. I guess the initial point was so that other people in the lobby could work for the 10 people who were CEOs, but no one's gonna do that nowadays. And no one really ever did that in a public lobby. For the longest time, this wasn't really a huge issue like it is now, because in a lobby back then, you'd have a chance of getting some players who were newer in the game who couldn't yet afford or become a CEO or VIP. I think the previous prerequisite for becoming a VIP was you needed $1 million in the bank, and for a CEO, you obviously needed a CEO office. But now that we have the career builder, that means that every single player that starts the game will have access to the CEO or MC menu right off the bat. The first moment you log into GTA Online as a new level 1 player, you now have access to the CEO menu, which now leaves all potential 30 players competing for a CEO slot so they can use their businesses. Let me ask you this question, Rockstar. Why do you expect us to play in a multiplayer free mode setting, but then put internal limits on how many people can access their earned content in said multiplayer setting? The main menu doesn't have an option to go straight to an invite-only session. There's only join free mode, which puts you in a public lobby. So clearly they want you to go into a public lobby. But at the same time, they have stupid limits in place so that if there's too many CEOs, you really can't do anything in that lobby with your businesses. It's completely backwards and makes no logical sense from a design perspective. Maybe there are some limitations from a technical perspective, but I still feel like some work could be done on this. And I know the first thing people are going to say when I bring this up is just go into an invite-only session and stop complaining. You can use your businesses in an invite-only session, but you're missing the entire point. Why should I be forced to go into a single-player session to enjoy features that were added in a multiplayer game? Please explain to me how that's a good design choice. What's even more annoying about this is that in public sessions, people register as a CEO or MC for various reasons. Some players will use up a slot just for the perks provided, like being able to spawn in a buzzard or motorcycle right next to you with a press of a button, or being able to spawn in ammo, armor, or BST and utilize Ghost Organization in PvP. These are big advantages that only a select few can take advantage of, so that if you aren't using said abilities in PvP against someone who is, it leaves you at a massive disadvantage. You're not really going to be able to compete against someone using BST when you can't. And there's nothing you can do about it except wait for someone to unregister and hope that you hit the button faster than the next person who also wants to register so that you can take advantage of the same abilities. Alternatively, if a group of players are taking up all the slots, doing PvP for instance, while not utilizing them to do business activities, that also means that you can't do business activities either, even though no one else in the session is. But just because all 10 of those slots are being used, you're shit out of luck. The solution sounds simple, but I'm not sure how hard this would be to implement given how ingrained the CEO limit is into this game. But just get rid of the limit to register. Get rid of it altogether. And instead make it so that if too many people are doing sell missions or resupply missions, then the game gives you an error that you have to wait, or maybe it just says that it's too hot to source or sell cargo right now. Something along those lines, but don't outright lock people out of being able to not only view their businesses and buy supplies for the businesses at the laptops, but all the abilities that come with registering as a CEO or MC president. Nothing is more annoying than having to join through 5 different lobbies to get into one where I can finally register as a CEO to do what I want to do. Invite only is not a solution, it's a detour to get around the problem. It doesn't fix the issue at hand. Not everyone wants to play GTA Online as a single player game. They have to look at the design choices from a multiplayer perspective, with multiple players in the same lobby at once. And right now this current system with the CEO limit and MC limit in place just does not work out that well. It's a hassle. I've seen some people say that the game should auto-unregister you if you aren't doing CEO work or business work while you're CEO or MC president, but such a feature like that would only get exploited to where people would just start up a headhunter or any job they could bring up to keep their abilities in place so that the game doesn't unregister them. I don't think that's a good solution because I don't think it's a good idea to force that onto people because, as I said earlier, people use the CEO and MC perks for different reasons. It's not up to the devs to tell you how you should be using the perks or how and when you should be using the CEO and MC menus. But rather, it should be their job to fix the game mechanics so that everyone can enjoy the content that they grinded for or purchased without stupid limitations in place. Let me know what your thoughts are about the CEO and MC limit in the comments below. Are you tired of it? And would you play public free mode sessions more if there was no limit in place where you didn't have to worry about there being a free slot in order to play certain activities that you want to play? If you enjoyed the video or found it helpful, feel free to leave a like as well as subscribe to my channel for more GTA Online content. I want to give a huge shout out to all my channel members for your support. If you'd like to become a member for some exclusive perks, you can either use the join button or the link that's down in the description. And as always, thanks for watching and have a great day.